Let me get this straight. Let me see if I can understand this correctly. You do burpees for a living competitively, while you do it professionally. Well, I critique burpees professionally. You know what you do, and you know what I do. But now you have people like Patrick Clark and Danielle Brandon comparing this to watching football in slow motion. Bam, we're live. What's up, Lampshade? Imagine how vulnerable you have to be. Imagine your life has come down to the mood of your day. The mood of your day is because someone on the internet said your burpee's not low enough. Dude, I can't even relate. Like, if someone were like, "Dude, every day someone tells me my audio sucks on my show." My audio is way more important than the depth of your burpee. Imagine being that vulnerable. You've brought your life to a point where you're in freak out mode because your burpee's not deep enough. Jens Anita, Smith, nice to see you. A Sevi baby looking good. Well, I look like shit actually. That's why I put the sunglasses on. I'm hiding. Your audio is a bag of dicks. I still listen. It's good though now, right? I have nice I have a nice soothing voice that like you could jerk the merc into, don't I? Yeah, no. Go ahead, unzip your pants. Say hi to your penis or your little button. Give it a little smile. Pretty high fi. I don't know what that means. Man, these guys are losing it. I text Bryson today. I'm like, dude, let's do a show and just go scorch earth on all the all the range of motion. These poor people. I'm sad for them that they're angry about what's happening. I'm sad for them that they don't understand what's going on, that they're not like, "Hey, it's just part of the game. You work out, then we make media around it." Like sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but it's always good because like you always know the referee, the judges, the media, the pundits, everyone's always there. None of it is negative. That's like you're spinning that tail. You didn't go and I don't mean to be picking on Brooke Wells, but hers is like the most obvious. You didn't go low enough in your burpee, and now you're upset because people are critiquing it, or Danielle Brandon's comparing this to like people reviewing, and Patrick Clark is to reviewing slow motion plays on ESPN. Like, dude, everyone, of course, already does do that in the NFL, and these people in our sport, their skin is so thin. I do not know how they haven't learned already. They're like, you're submitting the video so we can do this game, so we can play this game. The whole point of this is so we can play the game, so we can have fun, so we can interact with you. Don't cry or whine. Who gives a shit? Listen, you got 3 more chances to make it, and if you don't make it, it's your fault. Hey, just wait. Just wait. Dude, it's gonna be, I've been really putting my brain to this, GHD thing. And the only way to look at the GHD thing, you know how it's supposed to be your hip has to be at or beyond the halfway mark? The only way to look at that, since they weren't specific, is your entire hip. It's gotta be your entire hip, which means if that's true, that means 80% of the field's getting dinged. Massive dings everywhere. People are gonna it's gonna be scorched earth. It's gotta be. It's the only way to read it. If you're hip, then it has to be it has to be the lowest part of your hip, right? Has everything, and then just the lowest part of your hip might be able to touch the halfway mark. But if anything's on the other side of the halfway mark, toast. Just imagine. But just imagine how weak you are. I mean, people like Adler, of course, don't have to worry. They do everything. Like, why would you leave anything up to the judges? Which Adler didn't. James Sprague didn't. They made the rule for Sprague for his shenanigans. But the real lesson here is for the athletes. Listen, it's never when you play sport, it's always you and the judge or the ref and the other team. The judge and the ref are players. They're also players. And if you're so emotionally weak, if your emotional IQ is so low, then the fans will also be a player. But that's totally up to you. That's totally up to you. You don't. I mean, you can play that however you want. The media space is yours to play with. You have control over it. I know you think you don't. Like, you're like, "Oh my god, it's after me." That's all you. You can play the media any way you want. Dallin plays it like a professional chess player. Highest level. Level 5, level 10. What's the highest level chess player you can be? Yeah, your hips don't lie. Thank you. Nice hair. Look like a cyborg cop. Do we know if the athletes contacted the CAC yet? Um, that's a great question. You mean like if they called Taylor and they're like, "Taylor, protect us, CAC, protect us." I mean, a Grandmaster, yeah, Dallin Pepper, Grandmaster 1,000. Look, 300, 3,000. What a trippy life you have. That your mood's controlled by the fact that someone on the internet commented on your burpee. Dude, at one point, you guys are gonna look back at this and be like, "What the fuck was I thinking?" I mean, just think about it. Think about, like, people, like, have real shit going on in their lives. Like, there's some single mother driving to work today that got a flat tire on the way to work. Her shit's way more fucked up than your shit. She ain't got no one to call and complain to. Oh my goodness, I gotta show you something. I gotta show you something. I gotta show you. I don't even know where this is. Actually, let me dig through here. I gotta show you something before I do start the Dave Castro weekend review. This is amazing. Um, I do not have this confirmed. This is on CrossFit Trivium's, and this is the problem with having you need the right people around you. Knock on wood. You need the right people around you. You know what I mean? You need people around you that when you slang a few racial slurs in the chat, it's safe. You feel good. Feel safe. You trust them. If you can't use a racial slur in the text chat with a group of homies, then you know something's wrong. Now, you shouldn't do it anyway. You're a fucking idiot because no one's trustworthy. But if you do it, that's a good sign. That means you are in a good space. Do you get it? Oh, that's going to be over the head of so many of you. You never put the racial slur in the group chat. But if you should feel comfortable enough to do it, and that means you're in the good group. Yeah. Yeah, Jessica Griffiths, she was in a good spot. She thought she was in a safe place. Or she was just retarded. I don't even know how she used it. Like, did she use it? Like, if you can use it as long as it's not derogatory. Anyway, I digress. That's not the show. It's an AFJ. Is that a judge? The AFJ judge, Judge Brooke Wells? Is that what happened? Oh, it was bad. Oh, she called Chandler. Oh, that's fine. You can say that, my ninja. That's not bad. I say that all the time. What are you talking about? Yeah, that's fine. I thought it was like bad. Like you can say that. Oh, if it's joking, it's bad. It was joking, not bad. No, if you're joking, you got to say it for real. You got to be like, "Hey, my nigga O'Keefe, what's up?" But if you're joking, then that really means you're racist and you're not comfortable saying it because you actually think blacks are less than whites. Get what I'm saying? So such a deep level of communication. But do you think black people are joking when they say that to other black people? No, if you're white and you're joking and you say it's because you're racist. You just say it, let it flow. Or not, or not. Just be cool. Play it safe. Be a pussy. Be a pussy. Anyway, it's an AFJ judge. Would you rather have a white friend who's comfortable saying, "Yo, what's up, my nigga?" Or would you rather have an AFJ judge? You'd rather have a friend like me. Would you rather have a friend like John Young who will tell you you're ugly to your face, or would you rather have a husband like Mitchell Hooper who fucks your best friend while you're pregnant with your second child? See, it's all context. Do you think it's more fun to hang out with me, who's so fucking chill, or hang out with someone who's stressed out about the internet calling out one of their burpees or their arms not being locked out? Who do you think's more fun to hang out with? What up, honky? Ain't fucking judging. AFJ. Hey, that's 3 strikes, you're out. That's the old Pat Vellner hip training think tank AFJ fuck up. That's the Mayhem fuck up. Now we got the Brooke Wells fuck up. How do you fuck up Brooke Wells? And this homeboy was here. Lab management was in the house. It's a shit show. Hey, athletes, you better giving Hiller 3% instead of your agent, so he only makes good videos about you. Oh my goodness. It must be so hard being some of you. Doesn't have to be. You can be cool. You can make it easy. You can make it easy. It can be fun. You don't gotta hate nobody. You just gotta go with the flow. It's just a burpee. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Sweating like a pig. You guys see me sweating? The boys are outside having a gunfight. You guys can hear them? There was a guy yesterday on the New York City subway who had anal sex with a corpse on the subway. Imagine that life. He got arrested, charged with rape. Way different than the life of the old frustrated about a burpee. But Sevon, you don't understand. Their whole life depends on it. It's their whole season, and there's so much, and this is their last season, and like you don't get it. No, I get it. I get it. I get that there's several other events, that it's the best year ever to be a CrossFitter because there's WFP and Laura and Tia aren't competing in the game, so that should be easy. Did I say Tia? Like instead of Tia, like I'm from Australia. A Tia, it's never been easier to go to the games and yet never harder because there's 30 people. Prize money's good. You got the last chance qualifier. You got NorCal. You got TFX. This is just part of the game. I get it's a little stressful. It was a fuck up. You didn't mean for it to happen. You got to change your plans. But dude, it's still a burpee. And those of you who like Danielle Brandon surrounds herself with fucking idiots, and I say that with no peace and no love, when they're defending her and they're like, "Oh my God, I feel so sorry for you. You're in such a tough world. Can you believe that the internet sits around and judges you? This is like, imagine if the NFL, you won the Super Bowl." This is what Patrick Clark posted, or someone posted with Patrick Clark's name on it, and saying like, "Oh my God, can you imagine being an NFL football player and you're all excited because you just won the playoffs and you won all this money, and then for the next 2 weeks they're critiquing each play in slow motion?" No, actually, I can't. I also can't imagine what it's like bitching and complaining about something that you knew was going to happen that you were going to do a workout to try to go to the pinnacle of your sport and the whole world was going to judge it. And you're upset because it didn't play out the way you wanted, although you're really excited to have 1 million followers on Instagram, but only if they follow in this small little bucket. Balboni is going to syndicate. Who's Balboni? Balboni is pissed. Just passing the message along. Who's Balboni? Balboni? Here we go. Dave Castro Weekend Review.
25. Okay, that one went left too. Not a good throw.
He hasn't hit the board in
Team
forever.
semifinals are done. They finished up a week ago, and then individual semifinals kicked off. All the individual athletes just finished the workouts this weekend. Scores are submitted. People are now currently reviewing the videos and giving thumbs up and thumbs down. It seems I looked at some of the videos and scores from this weekend. Looks like the common names, top athletes, are all in the top 10, top 11 athletes on the leaderboard for the men and women. And so no huge surprises from a quick glance at it. I looked at some of the videos. People are already giving thumbs up and thumbs down. Remember, even with that process, it's just a kind of an awareness thing or a recommendation. If there's a lot of thumbs down, our team will take a look and see if we need to make an adjustment. If they do, we will. If they don't, we won't. Often, I mean, there's scenarios where there's a ton of thumbs down, and if it's just like a popularity contest and people are just being just giving thumbs down for the sake of being mean or picking on someone, and we look at the video and we see that there truly is no reason to step in and overrule the judges on site, then we won't make a change.
What the fuck does that mean? What did Dave just say? I'm going back 20 seconds. What did Dave just say?
If they do, we will. If they don't, we won't. Often, I mean, there's scenarios where there's a ton of thumbs down, and if it's just like a popularity contest.
A popularity contest? You mean there's people over there who are just going over there and it's because they have a judges course and an L1 and the advanced judges course, they're just going to give you a thumbs down? That's what he thinks is happening? Like, by no means do I think that the thumbs down isn't supposed to do anything except call HQ's attention to it. It shouldn't weigh, it shouldn't be an opinion at all. A judge should come over and watch it and be like, nope, that's fine. Hiller's not bullying anybody. Oh, but that you're saying tongue in cheek. That's just what it sounds like. It sounds like someone's gotten in Dave's ear. What the fuck is Dave talking about?
People are just being, just giving thumbs down for the sake of being mean or picking on someone.
No one's doing that. No one's giving thumbs down just for the sake of giving thumbs down. That's idiocy.
And we look at the video and we see that there truly is no reason to step in and overrule the judges on site, then we won't make a change. So far, I think the system's going good. I like it.
System's going great.
We'll take a look after all of this is over and see if we want to.
Hey, the only problem with the system is if someone gave Brooke Wells a thumbs up. That's the problem with the system. Then you're like, isn't it funny? Isn't it funny? It's always like this. It's that if someone's gone over there, you can tell someone's gotten in Dave's ear. You can tell, right? This is fucking bullshit. This is bullshit right here. Why isn't it if someone gives it a thumbs up? Why isn't it if it's a popularity contest and it's a thumbs up? Why isn't it like that? Why didn't he couch it like that? Tell me. Anyone? You can't tell me. Let me tell you something. If it was a popularity contest, Danielle, Brandon, and Brooke would have all thumbs up. Everyone fucking loves them. It's just idiocy that was couched. It makes me think someone got in Dave's ear and is complaining. That sounds like someone said that to him, doesn't it? That sounds like someone said, it's not fair. Hiller sick those people on me. Hiller sick those people on you. Damn, that is some weak ass shit, Dave. Maybe Dave's being run by the Jewish mafia too. Here we go.
Change anything or make it better. This week too, they can also comment they also have to comment to leave a thumbs up or thumbs down and say what they're seeing. So,
oh, they have to do that now?
see if we want to change anything or make it better. This week too, they can also comment. They also have to comment to leave a thumbs up or thumbs down and say what they're seeing. So if you have your judges course, you can go in, log in, and review the videos and give a thumbs up or thumbs down. If you want to do that, you can still take the judges course.
I mean, don't you guys see it that way? Why would anyone give Brooke Wells a thumbs up if her chest didn't touch the ground in the burpee and that's the standard? Only if you really liked her. I would give her a thumbs up. I don't give a shit. I can't vote. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself. I would like when I go to Brian Friend's YouTube account and I see something that's a bad example. Let me give this example. If someone says something negative about, let's say, someone I think is a douche on YouTube, I still don't thumbs up it. I'm like, one negative thing's enough. I'm not, but I have no issue giving a thumbs up. I'd go over there if I could. I'd go over there and give. I want Brooke and Danielle to go to the games. I'd just go over and give them a thumbs up. They have thumbs down because it's ethical people being like, "Yeah, I love you, Danielle, but," or "I love you, Brooke, but."
And get the ability to do that. At Timothy Mitten 8314, using tracking drones.
That's bullshit, Barclay. That's bullshit. It doesn't appear Ricky measured his shuttle run and distance. That is not true. I hope. I'd give him a thumbs up. I like Ricky. Who has the nicest apricot? I don't know. I got awesome apricots. I'm gonna have an amazing harvest this year.
For some video submissions of online running events. I mean, that's a good idea, but that would be as much as people are complaining about the procedures we're putting in place now for judging, just the 2 judges, the requirements, etc. Adding a drone into the mix, that would really up the complexity of it all. So I don't think that's coming. Maybe eventually drones will be that cheap and that easy to use, but not this year.
Someone suggested the use of a drone. You're an idiot. There we go. You're an idiot. There's another one.
Updates. Can you shed some light on how the games team came to the decision to not review any of the team video submissions for in-affiliate semifinals? It is incredibly difficult to imagine a scenario where 0 penalties are assessed over the 20 qualifying teams, but also all the teams that impact the overall leaderboard in this online format. Thank you again for all you do for the community. So we made a decision not to do that for a few reasons. I talked about this in the last one. It's a small cohort of people, smaller group being tested. There's a lot more people involved. So in theory, there's a lot more integrity to the process because of the numbers of individuals that are essentially putting their name on the line. We're not on the line, but in association with the effort. And also the logistical requirements to video these and capture everybody's movement correctly or capture everybody in frame is way more challenging than with the teams. Or I'm sorry, with the individuals.
Is he just saying we didn't judge the teams and we never planned on it? Is that what he's saying? Anyone?
The age groups. So this was one way to do it and do it differently than the other divisions, and a route.
One way to do it differently is to not judge them.
We chose to go for this season. Maybe we'll add it next year. But of note, so
wait. Maybe we'll add video review. You have to turn in the video this year, but there was no review. They're thinking about maybe adding in a review next year. Since, yeah. Basically, yes. Dallin has a nice ass. That one didn't fit in there. This is crazy. Teams don't count. Is Dave a puss now, or what happened? I don't know. I don't know what happened. Well, I don't understand why he doesn't just say, "Hey, we never planned. We never reviewed. It was just in case, just to scare him."
There's scenarios, and this could be said for the individuals too. In all these events they do, they're essentially being judged by one person with a head judge in an in-person event, and that person has total control over them advancing to the games or not. After the fact, there's video. And sometimes there's video of the person not doing the movement correctly, and people are very loud and pointed out and very vocal about it. But because it happened in an in-person event, we're not able to go back and make any changes. So what happens there, and they go on with the judge and with the head judge. We're basically replicating that here, but in an online format for the teams. There's a judge who's empowered. There's a head judge who's overseeing it. They're making, or a couple judges. They have multiple stuff going on.
Okay, I'm buying this justification. I'm gonna give Dave a little bit of a pass here. That's some amazing fucking mental gymnastics. Dave is saying you go to an event, a live event, you're in the stadium, you have one judge, he's judging you, he's judging you, he's judging you, he's judging you. Maybe there's a supervisor judge who walks around. So maybe you got like 1.2 judges watching you, right? The event's over. 3 days later, Hiller makes a video and shows, wow, that was fucked up. That person wasn't squatting below parallel. Doesn't matter. Just deal with it. It's the way it is. That's in-person events. Have that kind of fucking error built into them. Don't be a pussy. Totally get it, right? That's sports. What he's saying is the teams had 2 judges. And there's no need to review because it's just like a in-person event, but there's 2 judges. It just so happens, though, the only difference is someone on your team might be fucking one of those judges because it is like family and friends who are judging you. So there could be a little home cooking. But I get it. I'm with them. I got it. Bring your own judge to the games. Yeah, that's some budget cuts. Bring your own. Okay, but I get it. Same but different. Yeah. Okay. Nice work, Dave. You won me over. I was about to get you.
At a time, they're making the call, and then the athletes are advancing from that, kind of like an in-person competition. Although on the individual side, the difference here is I'm saying the same concept, but now there's also this additional video review where we actually do have a period and a time where we can go in and make adjustments if needed. But overall, the intent of all of this.
You're telling me that Brooke Wells had 2 judges? Is that possible? And no one said anything to her? Get your tits to the rubber? If I was her dad, I would beat someone's ass. Dude, it's time to change. Whatever that's crazy. Yes, she had 2 judges. Oh, her chest did touch? Okay, my bad. Okay, she's good to go. Sevi, Google, what is a chest? Oh shit, really? Is it like that? What is a chest? I thought like your nipples had to touch. The front surface of a person body between the neck and the abdomen. Is the abdomen your belly button? I don't know. Grant's onto something. I don't know. Grant, large, strong box, typically made of wood. Oh no, that's a different kind of chest. I'm gonna have to have Bryson on. We're gonna have to do a whole show on this. Hey, at the end of the day, it comes down to like these are professional athletes who are crying because Andrew Hiller's pointing out that they fucked up and losing their shit. And why would you leave anything up to the internet to decide? Get your ass on that side of the pad, get your titties down to the ground, all that stuff.
Standards in the judging this year and the requirements and how we did it was to empower the judges on scene to make the call and be the final call. That's ultimately what we're trying to do here. That's why we have the stiff requirements, the level 1, the advanced judges course, the judges course. That's why we have 2 people. We have the second judge. We put all of this in place so we don't have to be the end all with the video review and us being the deciding factor. That being said, there is still the video review just as like a backstop.
I like that. I'm with Dave. Hey, and you know what? If that's what gets Brooke passed, I'm with that. Hey, there were 2 judges there. Good to go. No problem. I don't even know what's the deal with Danielle. Like, her head wasn't through the bar or some shit. What was Danielle's thing? What was Danielle's? Anyone know what Danielle's was? Why is she flipping out, texting every Tom, Dick, and Harry, DMing people? Anyway, yeah, fuck it. Let everyone pass.
And again, we chose not to do it for the teams. Maybe we'll add it back next year for the teams. Once we're done with this phase, we'll look back and see what makes the most sense. I think from comments like this and from other people, I think people really do want to see the teams do it. So we'll see. We'll take a look. Also, I think next year I've said this in other places. I think there'll be a few team events to qualify teams to the games. So understand what.
Oh shit! I wish Kayla was here. I want to make a poll. Does anyone care that the team's videos aren't judged? Does anyone care? Does anyone care? I wish I knew how to make a poll.
We saw for the individuals where there was an individual qualifier where there's X number of spots, and then there's a number of other in-person qualifiers for people to qualify to the games, replicating that for the teams and replicating that for the age groups. So meaning there'll still be X number of online spots, but also of interested parties. And we've had interest in both divisions actually for event organizers to want to host events for those targeted groups to qualify people to the games. At Kevin Rechill 2552. Hey Dave, I'm an old bald dude from Canada. Was asked by HQ to participate in a survey about why I didn't participate in the 2025 Open. I was surprised to see James Hobart and Alyssa Shower themselves on the call and not some marketing agency. We had such a great conversation. I was very impressed by their professionalism and willingness to learn. It was awesome. Hope to cross paths with you in Albany. Well, I'll definitely cross paths with you in Albany. Might not be able to engage because there'll be a lot of people and I'll be moving around and busy, but appreciate the note. I'm really glad that you were able to do the survey, and James and Alyssa are great. So thank you for the feedback and thank you for this note. I forwarded it to James and Alyssa.
I don't know who Alyssa Shower is. Imagine working at HQ. The CEO has announced a incoming sale. There's all this chatter about Daniel Chaffee, Rich Froning, me, who knows, all being CEO. All that shit buzzing around. But you're gonna call Dave and worry about a burpee. You're gonna DM him or text him by the way, I don't know if they did or didn't, but I just know that they have been. I shouldn't say they have been. Some athletes have been texting and DMing people. I don't know about Dave particularly, but I have to assume by the fact that he said, what did he say earlier in this thing when he said, if it becomes a popularity contest. If it's a popularity contest, Danielle and Brooke would be running away with thumbs ups. Isn't it funny how even the most conservative motherfucker could get sucked up into the victim shit? That guy. The way you couch things. Listen, if there was a listen to this. If there was a contest, you had everyone in the CrossFit space vote. Would you rather keep Danielle Brandon or keep Sevon Matosian? It's 99% keep Danielle and 1% keep Sevon. Terry. Oh, Brooke was calling Dave. I mean, I assumed that every Tom, Dick, and Harry who's terrified is calling him and texting him. I just have to assume, just by the way he's couching things. Like he's talked to some. It sounds like he's talked to some wounded soldiers.
Alyssa, and they appreciate the praise. So thank you, and I will see you there in Albany. And rally some more of your Canadian folk to come down to the games. It's right there. So see you and the Canadians there. At Ty Phelan 909. Hi, Dave. I know you may be a bit biased, but what feedback would you have for someone looking to change careers and open an affiliate, given the current state of CrossFit and the stigma surrounding the games? Cheers. I think the feedback I would give is if you're really passionate about changing people's lives and making an impact and making individuals healthier and live longer, and you want to do that through human movement and nutrition, I think the path you should follow is opening up a CrossFit gym. There's nothing more effective or nothing more efficacious at basically attaining those goals for individuals. We're giving you the tools and the power to make people healthier via fitness and nutrition. And if you care about those things and if you want to impact people that way, I would recommend opening up a CrossFit gym. At Alex Blazo 6930, Dave, is your oil?
I don't know about opening a gym. If you're rich as fuck, open one, or just take equipment down to the park and work out with people for 6 months. See what happens. See if you like it. I don't know.
Is your olive oil cold pressed? By the way, I was the guy holding the worm on event 1 of team semifinals last year in Carson who said I brought your olive oil. That was awesome. I wish I would have had my camera rolling. But basically, I was standing on the sidelines in Carson during the semifinal, and there was a team doing worm, and the guy looks over at me and he goes, "Dave, I love your olive oil." And we had a quick conversation mid-workout while he has a worm rested on his shoulder on doing reps about the olive oil. So cold press is like a thing of the past. Pretty much nobody does it anymore. It's all done with a centrifuge. So they spin it at a cold temperature, and that's how they extract the oil from the olives. So cold pressed is not really a thing for olive oil. It's all processed with a centrifuge. That being said, maybe there's some one-offs who do a cold press, but being in this industry now, that's not the standard, even for like small batch boutique stuff like essentially I'm doing. So for those of you who don't know, I have a little olive oil business. It's you can buy it at tdcmercantile.com. I have garlic flavored. I have just pure extra virgin olive oil. And once you make a flavor, it's not considered EVOO anymore. It's not extra virgin olive oil because it has the additives of being a flavor, or not the additives, but the additional ingredients to make it into a flavor. I have 100 milliliter bottles. I also have 250 tins and 500 meter tins. The olive oil is sourced locally. I get it from Hollister, and then it's processed also with the centrifuge locally, about an hour and a half south of me near San Luis Obispo. And then I do most of the bottling.
It's tdcmercantile.com. It's the best olive oil you can get. Just straight up. I dare you to get it and say like, and then say you've ever had better olive oil. Matter of fact, I didn't even know that there was quality of olive oil, and I always buy the most expensive shit at wherever Whole Foods. This shit's so good. Merch. But it is. And it's always in his custody. The oil is pretty amazing. Yeah, it's crazy. You can just drink it. So there's that. He makes great, insane olive oil. And he takes it seriously.
And my family packages it and we ship it. So it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. And I think I've told the story a few times, but I'll tell it again. For years, as athletes, we're selling things, coffee, t-shirts, obviously, maybe before programming was really popular. Margo was selling wine. I started talking about selling olive oil. I said, no one's selling olive oil, and I'm gonna claim that space. So I talked about that for a number of years, and then recently decided to act on it, and it's been a fun journey. At the real Kevin 87. Wow, no cuts. From a production standpoint, it's nice to not have the extra heat of the bottom athletes. After several events, the bottom athletes are competing for 20th place. I talked about no cuts last week on the weekend review, and I'm going to reiterate one major reason why. So when last year we had 30 teams, 40 women and 40 men. That's 11 heats of athletes to get them through a series of one events. This year we have 20 teams, 30 men and 30 women. So that's 8 heats, 3 less heats for one event in one day to get athletes through. It definitely depressurizes the schedule and gives us the ability not to do cuts. When there's 40, I think cuts make a lot of sense. With the 30, I think doing it without the cuts is going to be fine. That being said, this isn't the final, like there'll never be cuts again. This is just what we're looking at doing this year, and we'll then assess it after the fact. But even
stupid, cut them, cut people.
You're right. Like 20 to 30, those athletes.
I am right.
They're not really competing to crack the top 15 or 10 for sure. They can be disruptors. If you're 28,
yes,
but you're really good, you can have a really great performance at something
yes,
in the top 5
cut
and
them,
kind of hurt their scores and cause a little more drama on the leaderboard. So there are some places where it will create more
cut them
trauma because there are more potential disruptions in any single event. At Jar Jar Loves CrossFit.
Does everyone know why you have to cut them? All of you who don't want them cut really want them cut also. You're just confused. You actually want that discomfort that comes from cutting. You want that. As a fan, you want that. Jeff Bako, I did not realize Brooke Wells had 1.8 million followers. The power of the arse. Oh, you think that they just follow her because of her ass?
Hi, Dave. When you guys decided to use Heavy Isabel as part of the online semifinal, did you do a comparison? Did you do so for a comparison across the qualifying events or another reason? we were talking about doing that around the same time we learned that the events on their own got together and were talking about doing it. And so then we just decided to roll with it. We thought about changing it, but then Boz suggested, let's just keep it. And they all did it. And so we kept ours. And I think it was a good test to have consistently across the board. I just saw Adler. I think he won it on the online semifinals with like a 312 or something, which is smoking clearly. At Craig Howard from Diablo. How you doing, Craig? Love that there's running and honored that you're empowering the athletes to do it right. One suggestion for next year, make it a dumbbell workout. That way we can easily move the run to a local track to avoid traffic, hills, turns. Great idea. Something we thought about, not necessarily the way you're saying it, but yeah, doing it without too much gear is definitely a way to allow you guys to go to track, essentially. At Ben Bear 1813, excellent idea for CrossFitters.
You guys get that? You guys get that? I think there were pull-ups in the workout, and it's like, hey, then you got to go to a track that has pull-up bars. Or you could go to a track, by the way, if there is a track, there's a track by my house when I used to live in Berkeley. It was only 330 meters. And you could use that track. No one would ever know.
To exhibit honesty in their competition events. At Thomas Stowowski 9348, hey Dave, I was wondering when the registration opened for the Community Cup, and do you know how much the registration fee will be? Thank you. It's opening up soon. It'll be priced right around the open. At Racks on Rack. Dave, why wouldn't you guys just standardize the runs by having all participants do it on air runners? At the semifinal stage, competitors would make an effort to find a box with access to this equipment. Moreover, this seems like a discussion that should have been had at the CAC, just like the discussion on echo bikes that you mentioned. It doesn't make any sense why CrossFit put themselves in this position. Do you guys like controversy? Respectfully? Actually, at the end of the day, I think it played out fine. Like, I don't think there's not that much controversy. There's a lot of people like this who don't like it or who were saying it's a bad idea. But I think in application, it worked out. We checked the videos for all the qualifying teams. They all.
I don't even know why Dave answers idiots like that who make presuppositions in their question. You guys just like controversy? It's like now he's got to unwind your bullshit, your speculation, your bullshit. Jackass.
Did the right thing. And so I view it as a complete success. I don't think there was any issue with it.
Me
Standardizing
too.
it on air runners would have been an issue because there's just a lot of people who don't have air runners or have access to them. So I think that's even more controversial.
The only added value was what Craig Howard said, and a lot of people said it. Make it a workout that could have been done at a track. Done. That's it. Who cares?
When you say this, we should have talked to the CAC about this, like we talked about the Echo Bike. The thing about the Echo Bike is a specific piece of equipment that everyone does not have. Running is something that is not a specific piece of equipment, and it's something that everyone and anyone can do pretty much anywhere. So that's the difference in why we didn't have that conversation.
Yeah, you jackass. And it's the comparison between the Echo Bike and the Assault Bike, because everyone has a bike. It has nothing to do specifically with the fact that it's a bike. It's the fact that there's so many Echo and so many Assault Bikes out there, you jackass.
As you suggested.
Racks on.
Ryan Tangway 473. I think 2% of the semifinals is still inappropriate. I was top 2% in the Open this year and have no business competing at the semifinal level with my level of fitness. Seeing the workouts that were just released, there's nothing that I can't do or would hold me back, but the tests would not be enticing to me. Keep it at 1% for the folks like me to have something to strive for. 1% seems like a great elite number to shoot for. Yeah, I think I agree with you. Still going to look into this some more and just kind of process it all. So, yes. All right, that's a week in review. Thanks.
Stupid. All right, thank you, Dave. Good job. Gotten spoiled. He does this every week. TDCmercantile.com. Questions are dumber than ever. Only standout part there was the fact that he obviously there's some concern. He said something about, hey, if there's he's talking about the individual semifinal workout videos. All the videos have been turned in. There's a 2-week period here now where the videos are going to be critiqued by people who have their L1s and have taken the judges course, and they get thumbs up or thumbs down. And I guess Hiller made a video pointing out some people's videos that were not up to snuff. And so a lot of people went over and looked at them, not because they had 1.8 million followers on Instagram, and now they have like 40 thumbs down, so they're panicking. So I'm guessing that these people have gotten in Dave's ear, because why else, or maybe not his ear, but someone, like they spoke to one of his assistants or, peons. But if it were a popularity contest that they were worried about, they should just be worried about all the extra thumbs up, not the thumbs down. No one's going over there just to hate on Brooke Wells or Danielle. I don't think. And even if they were, who cares? CrossFit's going to look at it. And you know what? Maybe hey, listen to this. Maybe CrossFit's going to be like, you know what? We gave you 2 judges there. We don't give a shit. That's on your judges. ASJ. Maybe that's a selling point for the ASJ. They won't require you to actually have full range of motion. Or maybe Grant is right. Maybe your belly button is part of your chest. Anyway. That's a Dave Castro Weekend Review. Tomorrow, if you didn't see this morning's show, you should watch it. It was the Greg Glassman of the fighting world. This lady was, I mean, really, I just scratched the surface with her. This morning's show was, the guest was incredible. Her name is Carolyn Wester. Also, it looks like we got Ryan Dawson coming on next week. I think it's next week. That's going to be an incredible show. He's going to try. I'm going to ask him, like, I think he's pretty anti-war and anti-Israel. And I'm crazy pro-Israel. So maybe he's going to help me with my understanding of the workings of the world, the Mossad and the underworkings. I will be very open to it. I just think I think they need to open up the door and let all the Palestinians just run out. Enough is enough. Sevon, call out Matt Fraser for being a puss now. What do you mean? He's won the games 5 times. How the fuck is he a puss? What do you mean? What did he do? I got nothing negative to say about Mr. Fraser. I mean, today. Maybe later. Have there been any changes? Let's just take have there been any changes to the leaderboard? Where is it? Cross it game board. What's this one called? Semifinals? Oh, those are teams? Individual? Adler, Jay, Dallin, James, Tudor, Jason, Ricky, Justin, Enrico, Colin. Nope. The oh man, Yonikoski right outside. The men are still the same, so nothing's happened there. Ariel Lowen, some Siri chick, Alexis Raptis, Kerstetter, Annika Greer, Stanley, Brooke, Maddie, Brandon, Adams, Gracie, Amy, Kyra. God, Kyra Milligan and Annika Greer sometimes are the same person to me. Like they morph into one human. This is what Patrick Clark posted. Imagine this. Your NFL team just won a conference championship. You're pumped. You celebrate. Then for the next week, ESPN analysts lose their ever-loving mind about every perceived missed call play that could have been. The differing outcome. Also, you and every other deranged fan and fans of that analyst get to pay $20 to be a ref, rewatch the game in slow motion, and go vote. If you think the play was called correctly on the field by the refs that were actually there watching the play live. Also, you only get one camera angle for the sake of argument. First of all, that's a live event, so it's not even. God, he's. Hello, my friend. I mean, I was just about to get off, and then I was like, I don't know, maybe I should read this and just show how retarded it is.
It's so retarded.
It's such a bad comparison.
It makes me so upset.
Tell me.
Because number one, people always like to, when it's convenient for them, compare CrossFit to other entities. Oh, the WPGA and the women's professional golf. I don't even know why I just said that, but here he's doing it with football. And you don't want to do the same thing when there's people like Tom Brady, who, yes, people say is the best ever, but also he's an acclaimed cheater for Deflategate.
Right, right.
But the thing is, he can deal with it. Or the Chiefs, while they've won the Super Bowl every year, all anyone can ever say about them on popular media is that they get every single call, every single one.
Right.
So it's just convenient and emotional ploy right there. When I put up a video about Brooke Wells, the thing that's left out there, because that's the gym owner who put that post up, that's being shared by Patrick Clark, right?
I don't know. It's some guy named Nate Dogg.
I think that might be the owner or head coach at Trivium, something along those lines. So you see why he would put something like that up right now. But I also watched the other 12 women's burpees in the top 11, because there's a tie at 11, and they're all fine.
Yeah, it's just her. Hey, I am gonna say this, and I know it's not gonna be it's not perfect, but this isn't her fault. Well, let me rephrase that. This isn't her.
I would
This
say
isn't
it's partially her fault.
Let me say this. Let me say this. It's all her fault, but it's not her fault because she didn't touch her chest to the ground. It's her fault because she has surrounded herself by incompetent people. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not the burpee she needs to fix. It's the people she hangs out with. Sorry.
There was no father figure to say it's not a good idea to rob a grocery store.
Say that again. You got disconnected. Say that again.
Is that like saying that a kid who robs a grocery store at 18 who grew up without a dad isn't at fault?
Well, no.
No.
That kid's still at. I reworked what I was saying. It is her fault, but it's not her fault because she didn't touch her chest. It's her fault because she's been doing the sport for 15 years and she still is surrounded by jackasses. And by this point, you would have thought you picked the right team. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying it's her. It's like it's not your fault you're late because you made a right-hand turn. It's your fault because you drank before you started driving. I'm saying it goes back. It's her fault, but it just goes back a little bit. You know what I mean? Like at this point in your career,
I still think it's CrossFit. It's still CrossFit's fault.
Because
they let her get away with it in 2016.
Oh, was that the capacity comment?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So okay. So then maybe so then daddy didn't spank her the first time. And so she thinks she can get away with it. Yeah, you did a really good job, by the way. And here's the thing, too. I don't know if you watched Dave Castro's Weekend Review, but it was pretty frustrating to say if it became a popularity contest. She has 1.8 million views. I think that she could easily go on her Instagram and be like, hey, go give me 1,000 thumbs up on my video, and people would. You know what I mean? And so, did I lose you?
I actually did tell people to thumbs down.
What'd you say?
Thumbs down. I think I said it deserves to be thumbs down.
Oh,
but I didn't say go give it a thumbs down.
Well, that's you. That's your job as the judge. You're saying, hey, you're judging. Did you go to Did you go to Subway?
Sorry?
Did you go to Subway?
No. I just stopped at a Subway parking lot.
Did you take a shit in there?
No, I just had to get something off my chest.
Oh, do you drive do you have an electric car?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Okay, go on. Sorry, go ahead.
I don't know what I was saying.
Oh, I figured out the GHD thing.
It's one hole to throat and it's all good.
If any part of your hip, any part of it is not past the halfway point, you should be penalized.
So everybody.
Yep, everyone except for like a few, like maybe like Adler and Sprague. And, yeah,
Sprague's good. Adler's good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be wild.
It has to be that way. Because at this point you have to be like Yeah, who's the dude you took a picture of? Is that Ibarra? Who's that?
Yeah, it's Ibarra.
Yeah, he's fucked. Anthony. Or
No, maybe I'm talking about Anthony Kim, the guy on Instagram. That's Anthony Kim.
Yeah, he's toast.
I just don't know why they would leave it to chance.
You mean the athlete?
It's like, hey, dude. When I was in high school, I had a buddy who I go, hey, you want burgers? Yeah, I love burgers. So I'm out there cooking burgers. And I've been out there for 15, 20 minutes. And I go, hey, put your hand on the grill. He goes, why would I do that? And I go, I bet you won't do it. And then I did it. I put my hand on the grill, but he didn't know I just put my hand in the pool of water, like outside.
Oh,
so I could
shit.
do it for a second. He goes, oh. And he goes, oh, fine. So he touched the grill with his whole hand open. And he's like, what the fuck? And I go, that was just stupid. Like, why would you even leave it up to chance? Although you just saw me touch it, you figured it was okay.
Yeah. Have you watched
And that's how I feel about everyone with the GHD.
Have you watched Ariel Owens?
Yeah. It looks a lot like Dallin Peppers.
Yeah, they're fucked.
Yeah, they're both done.
Yeah, they
got to go somewhere else.
Yeah,
qualify.
Yeah, NorCal. I won't even bother bringing it up. Oh, fuck it. I'll bring it up. Ariel, don't hate me.
Their workouts?
I was just looking at Ariel's. I was like, hey, I wonder how she did. I bet you she did it right. But she didn't. She didn't got her whole. She barely has. Yeah, I don't think that's her whole hip past the halfway mark. And the thing, maybe I need an X-ray. Who's that judging her? Is that her husband? Is that Dylan? What's fucked is the guy next to her.
I don't know.
The guy next to her actually is doing it right, and he makes Ariel look bad. Yeah, she's sitting on top of the pad.
What would you say the odds are they don't do anything like the teams?
I think high.
Shit,
Yeah.
I didn't want to hear that.
Yeah, I think because
I also think high. I think it's high.
Dave just said the whole point was
I think Brooke's going to be fine.
Go ahead.
I think Brooke's going to be fine, and I think that there's probably going to be no penalties.
If Brooke's fine, then everyone's in the clear.
She's kind of like that thing that everyone's looking at now.
The thing is Dave said in his week in review, hey, we what we really want to do is we want to empower the judges, and so we said 2 judges. And so maybe it's and hey, we're only really there like maybe it was just so if let's say one of the athletes would have just done regular sit-ups on an ab mat, they would have HQ would have intervened at that point. Yeah, I think there's a 51% chance that HQ does nothing.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought. I think it's more like 80%.
What do you think that they need to do? You think they need to go scorched earth?
I think they got to do what they did last year with step ups.
Yeah. I think they need to.
But they got to do that with every workout. In the past, what they've done is they've looked at one intensely, and then they look at another one kinda, and then they just make sure the other ones are just there and work. But they're going to the CrossFit Games. Last year, it was just going to a semifinal, and they bumped everybody.
Hey, they're pretty lucky that there's 3 or 4 more events they can do. Syndicate, NorCal,
Syndicate,
TFX, last chance qualifier.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the last chance qualifier. Hey, dude, they're going to be ground beef at the end of the year.
Yeah, I agree.
The athletes, they're going to be ground beef.
And do you think the big W moves to the other?
No.
And the big W is going to have to move to the other side of the season. They're probably going to have to take a year off. Their shit's going to be all fucking all jacked up.
That's another thing. Everyone wants to say, "Oh, but it's like football. It's like basketball," and it's like those sports are so easy compared to a CrossFit weekend.
I'm gonna look at James's I'm trying to look at James's GHDs. Yeah, his are better. Yeah, his are fucking amazing, actually. God damn, that's a big dude, man.
James is massive. Dude,
Yeah.
James, Jason, Dallin, they're all massive.
He makes that GHD look small. Look at him. Yeah, those are good. That's the entire, that's what it looks like, everyone. Look at, that's your entire hip. That's how you don't, how do I do it? That's your entire hip. Look at his femur and his quad. He's got his entire hip past the halfway point and some femur and quad. Yeah, his is beyond a shadow of a doubt. That's champ shit.
I think that people like Dave and Bosman need to realize that with every choice they make, they're writing history. And if they decide to do nothing with the GHD, it's free game for eternity.
Yeah, I like that. Oh, and listen, and
15 years from now, if someone gets penalized for a GHD sit-up and CrossFit does what they typically do, which is nothing in preparation for it, all you got to do is point to 2025 and say, why the hell could we do it then and not now? It could be next year, and it probably will be next year, and everyone's going to be pissed just because this is stupid.
And a note to the athletes: James shouldn't be any happier or more angry than anyone else. Meaning, just because we look at it and we're like, James's look good, it has nothing to do with James. It has to do with our eyes and his quads. Like, it's not because we like him or dislike him. That's just what we do. You guys do the workouts.
It has everything to do with James because he did him the right way.
Well, on his side of the table, but he shouldn't be like, oh my God, Sevon and Hiller are great. They said my GHDs were good. Like that's not on us. You did them great. It's on you.
And a week and a half or two ago, I said they looked like shit at Mayhem. So
yeah, there you go.
I made an entire video saying James Brake didn't win the CrossFit Games.
Right. Imagine that, and you're good with James, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, imagine that. Just think about. There's nothing worse in this space that anyone could say about you. And James and Hill are good because it's so insignificant still.
Go take that and put it on Patrick Clark's Instagram story. And he literally won the Super Bowl, and then the next day or the 2 days after, I made he's not the fittest on earth.
I know.
Here's a 30-minute video about why. Got 80,000 views.
Hey, and no one
in the NFL, that'd be like a 10 million view video.
And no one dislikes James any less. Everyone still likes James. Why? Because James is who James is.
What a stupid thing that was for Patrick Clark to post.
I know. And those people, what they do, those are the people that you don't want to surround yourself by. That's kind of what that lady I was having on this morning. You don't want, when you lose or when you fuck up, you don't want people around you justifying your fuck up. You want honest people.
If your kid's building a sandcastle and they want to build the world's biggest sandcastle, you don't reward the effort of them trying. Because then all they're ever going to do is build shitty sandcastles. You're
like if they only get halfway.
I don't like the idea.
Like if you do, they only give go halfway. You don't buy them ice cream.
My kids would be fucking insane. That's why I don't want any.
All right. Speaking of which, good to hear from you. How much longer is your drive?
2:38.
Yeah, God. And how many days are you there?
1.
And then you come home and you start working on the piece that's going to shock the world.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's crazy. I still can't believe you're doing this.
You and Alexis are the only ones who know.
Tell them that I say hi.
Don't tell them it's Joe, dude.
Then they, Andrew Hiller and Joe Ellis. Anyway, all right. Thanks, dude. I'll talk to you later.
Yes, sir.
All right, bye.
Yep. Bye.
All right. On behalf of all the media, Patrick Clark, Andrew Hiller, I want to thank Brooke Wells, Danielle Brandon, James Sprague, Ariel Lowen for adding value to the video that I made today that will put food on my dinner table. Hiller's going to do a video project. Talk to you guys later.